So we're into the second video, and just walking around because it'll get pretty crazy busy here. Do go this way. I have to listen. I'm tired of listening to people telling me what to do. Then go the other way. Okay. Higher calling. Anyway, so again, I want to reiterate what I brought up in the previous video, is that say you were born in a family situation that technically is part of a very old cobwebby matrix of very dark practices and mindsets. And you seem to be the one who isn't functioning very well. Or there might be other people who don't function well, but for some reason it doesn't dawn on them that there's a way out. And you decide to read a bunch of books. You're like, how do I get out of, like, how do I find a better life? It's basically like, how can I live a better life? And it turns out, if there were powers that be in the sky who wanted to help you find a better life, they try to dislodge you or figure out a way out of the dirty, dark matrix of very bad practices, which can include doctors, lawyers, pilots, people who ski. People can seem healthy, but they practice very bad things in order to stay up at your expense. That's exactly right. So people try to dislodge. They're like, you know, maybe there's a community like, okay, let's try to work her over here so she can at least try to, you know, experience a better quality life, a higher quality life. In that process, so much sludge comes up from people who had a lot of money, even. There are people with money who are in the sludge mix. People with homes. People who claim to be super mature. You know, they can figure out how to buy and sell homes and live in a cute way in little neighborhoods here, there, and everywhere. And everybody looks perfect. But they operate in a way that is just, it works for them. They get to seem superior. But if you try to move up a little bit, it messes up their system. So other people are like, she needs to be out of that system, because if she exercises responsibility, or what do I want to say, strength, empowerment, that crushes their system. You see what I mean? So much sludge comes up that it becomes a torture fest for the person trying to dislodge from a very, very toxic system. There are even people running in this 10-miler this weekend who still practice things that keep them in place as a superior being. You see what I mean? So, and they stay there because they do exactly what they know they need to do in order to stay up above everybody else. It's in their mindsets, it's a hierarchy. There are people who live by different systems where the hierarchy isn't so extreme. But in my case, I actually buy that this happened. So much sludge came up. And in 2011, my world turned upside down. It's like a mulch system, you know. And while I was trying to better my life through better practices, I was being tortured. We are so not kidding. So anyway, that's the little theory. We don't want to harp on it because in general, I actually want to live a better life. Best life and beyond, that's right. I would love to enjoy things, but anytime I try to enjoy something, someone comes in to ruin it. It would be like you're harassed for life because you expose the beef industry. It's like that. It's in that realm. And there are some people who are trained as psychological murderers. I am so not kidding. You're having a great day. You're like, okay, today's pretty good. And then someone has to call and complain about something. And they're so bad. They would totally sabotage your entire life, all your efforts. I'll tell you why I did that. So what if you're minding your own business, trying to dislodge from a very toxic system, but the universe, someone from the dark side decides to sick upon you murderous minds. People who torture so bad. You're not allowed to be happy for a second, and they're on it. They are on the job. Johnny on the spot. So, can you imagine? And it's like, I want to go out to dinner and enjoy myself. Is that possible? But there's always someone waiting, lurking around the corners, trying to figure out how to make your life miserable. Or make you feel like a loser because you can't afford to do this, that, or the other. Anyway, just some food for thought. Here we are, food trucks. And there's a food truck festival on Sunday after the Broad Street Run. I have discovered that I'm definitely a person who was created in the eyes of God. It's more like, in a more spiritual sense, it's more like healer. I'm a nice, kind, sweet person who had to learn how to stand up for herself. Sadly, I actually think that's sad. I think people shouldn't even have to do that, because no one should hurt you so badly that you have to stand up for yourself. So call me an idealist, but it's sad that we live in a world where people will attack people psychologically. And how do you prove that? If you were to actually try to make use of the law. Almost impossible, and perpetrators of psychological abuse know this. It's as if they were born into the world to prove they could get away with torturing people. I am so not kidding. I'm so not kidding. So anyway, just saying, I am someone who appreciates, taking good care of one's body. Please note my videos on my 30-day fruit, juice, and/or smoothie cleanse. I was gonna do juice the whole time, but I had some frozen fruit that I need to use. And it's like, wait a minute, it doesn't actually juice when you try to thaw it. It's not the same. It doesn't juice the right way, so we'll just turn it into a smoothie. And the smoothie's just as good. Anyway. So I am part of the healing world. That's what I want to be part of. Massage, yoga, certain forms of meditation, being kind to people, and I hope that people see me as a safe person. There are a lot of people who do not come across as approachable or safe. So there's the argument that some people are created to be hard as nails tough to make sure other people aren't taken advantage of, or if you're in the world of terrorism or whatever, to make sure our rights aren't stolen. But they should never abuse those people they say they're protecting, right? If there was a hardcore person saying that they need people like him because he's intimidating and he's got to complain about this, that, and the other, like a Karen, except it's Terry. Men who are Karens are Terrys. That's the name I found out. I know, I can't stand that traffic guy. That